And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PeakFlow Power number 70, where we answer all your high-ticket dropshipping questions. Some reason can't go live on Instagram, but how is everyone doing this Friday? It's lucky to be in Michigan because we didn't get hit with a blizzard.
Yo, the blizzard was bad. Jacob with the question in 1 minute into the live stream. Let's go, Jacob.
How was the blizzard?
The blizzard was absolutely insane. It was 30 inches of snow, and never have I been so annoyed with snow. And I never knew that once, like if you don't shovel the snow, it'll become ice. That's basically what I learned.
Okay.
If you're lazy and you don't shovel it, when it's kind of like life. If you just push things away, you're just always pushing things away, and then you never actually do something about it, you're gonna end up getting fat, and like it builds up. So it's the same with the snow that happened in New York City. If you didn't go shovel it first and foremost, then it's just gonna pile up into ice, and then now you're even more screwed. So the ice was absolutely annoying.
Yeah. Let's see what Jacob has in terms of questions.
Let's go.
We have mountains and snow everywhere here in Montreal. It's in Canada. Got Paul. I don't know why it looks different. It looks different. It's like big. It's like massive. What margins do you guys generally get with suppliers, including shipping, before Google Ads? It depends on your niche, of course, and like it ranges from including shipping. Okay, including shipping anywhere from 20% to 30%. Usually the medium is like 25%. But it can be more or less depending on your niche. What about you? Is that pretty similar in your niche?
The profit margins for suppliers generally start from 20 to 30%. And it really depends on your negotiations with your supplier. So I've seen some suppliers give up to even 50% margins, right? But they're very exclusive, and you're going to have to find those gems only if you know what you're doing with this business model. But generally, after your expenses for operating expense, marketing expense, your net margins will come down to 15 to 20% is on the best side that I see and I like.
Yeah. Of course, there are like oddball suppliers that gives you like 60%. Ones that
you have one of those.
Yeah, 10%. You have ones that give you 2%. Yeah, you have some ones that give you 2%. You're like, how do you even sell this brand? Like, you're stupid.
Yeah, I've seen one I give 5%. I'm like, dude, ain't nobody selling this.
Yeah, transaction fees are already 3%. Like, what are you? 2%. 2% is like you're just.
I know.
Every time you make a sale, you lose money, no matter how much your ads cost.
Yeah.
When first starting out running ads on 2 to 3 brands, will the share budget be at least $30 a day? Should you set a catch-all campaign for all other products on your site? Sorry.
Should share budget be?
Yeah, it should be at ideally $30 a day. Should you set a all catch-all campaign? We don't use catch-all campaigns for like shopping specifically, but what I recommend is PMax catch-all campaigns. If your feed is all optimized, your products are in the niche that you're selling in. Any thoughts on 1% lookalike audiences and Facebook? Are they so powerful like used to be?
Good question.
It depends on what you're using it for. We use it for not specifically e-com. We can tell you that like it can be better than broad, just like straight broad targeting in most instances, but it sometimes can underperform as well. For e-com specifically, 1% lookalikes I don't know what you would use it for. Maybe try to target cold audiences.
Yeah. Not much use case for it.
DomCow1377 says, thoughts on PMax ads?
So for those that don't know what Performance Max campaigns are, it's pretty much an AI automated targeting method for your ads. Usually what you were supposed to do is, let's just say you're trying to get a spot on Google, and then we would go and manually compete against each other. But basically where the dropshipping world is going is into artificial intelligence, which is in the form of Performance Max campaigns, PMax campaigns. And I love them. I love PMax ads, and they've been running and scaling very well for our stores. I recommend using AI and automated bidding strategies, but there are certain things you need to know about it, which you can learn more about ecomhighticket.com. What are your thoughts, Trev?
Yeah, I mean, I think PMax before, like 4 years ago, when it first rolled out, it wasn't as good as it is now. So, I mean, a lot of things have happened over the years. Like you can see search terms now on PMax. They just have more control and give you like proper insights. But it doesn't matter if you're running PMax or like basically what I'm saying is like if you're struggling with shopping ads to make sales and be profitable, PMax isn't the magic button to all of a sudden make sales and be profitable. It can be like a campaign that can get you really good leads, and like you don't have to tweak the campaign as much. But that doesn't mean that you don't make your offer good, pay attention to your live chats, your phone calls, etc. That should just be not an excuse. Do the suppliers sort out shipping too, or do you guys have to use your own carriers? It also depends on the supplier. Some suppliers will force you to use your own carriers. Most suppliers will do that shipping for you. Are yours more? You ship most of your orders on supplier accounts, right?
Yeah, I use suppliers because it's just like less paperwork, if I'm being honest. It's a lot if you do it on your own.
Yeah, who wants more work if they could avoid it? Yeah. When starting to run ads, should you upload all your products in GMC? Or you upload the brands you plan on running ads on in the beginning? Well, if your products are live on the store, they're going to be on GMC if you're using Simprosys. So it doesn't matter if the products are on GMC, you don't have to run ads to them right away. So the answer is just put the products on GMC. I have ink in the logo in the domain, and I think it looks bad. Is it simple to drop the ink, or do I need a DBA to change the domain in Google Merchant Center?
Yeah, I've made a change one time from my domain, and it's actually very simple. First, you just have to change your domain name on Shopify. Once it's verified, you want to redirect your existing website into the new one. And then you just update everything on the policy pages and your contact us forms and your merchant center all at once. The biggest problem when it comes to updating these things on your merchant center is if you just do it a little bit and then you don't do it for the rest of your business. So what I would recommend, if you're going to go and remove the ink from your domain, actually just update your Shopify domain first, and then just do all of the changes of updating on your merchant center, on your policy pages all at once.
Or I guess if his domain has ink and his logo doesn't have ink, I don't think it's the end of the world, to be honest. But ink does kind of look bad. Like it doesn't look. I prefer a domain without ink. I asked because I heard some people recommend only uploading 150 procs and begin to prevent suspension early on, with variants of 900. It makes no difference. If you're being suspended, you're being suspended. Having 150 procs or 900 procs isn't different yourself from being suspended unless all the procs are just poorly uploaded. I was asking, since it's in process, you're able to choose which procs get sent to GMC. Yeah, you can like remove or exclude them from Merchant Center, but it's just not necessary. You could, if you're just not ready for the products, just leave them as draft. Or I guess you could exclude it too. There's like multiple. There's not a right answer. Versus for us, we just, if we close another supplier, uploading it all right away to GMC. The customers get annoyed when you ship 2 separate suppliers to the same customer, meaning 2 separate deliveries rather than 1. No, because they're like from 2 different brands. The only time they would get annoyed is if you just don't tell them. So if you know ahead of time, just tell the customer. What do you think, Marcus?
If a customer orders the same thing, like if a customer orders what they want from you, you shipping and delivering it to them, I don't usually see as any problem. It's usually the expectations, like Trevor said, where if you're not constantly texting them, calling them, or updating them with their order, and then you're just having them shipped or pick up randomly, then obviously frustrations will arise from miscommunication. But it all comes down to your systems, and it really comes down to the systems and processes.
Yeah. Sounds good. For answering phone to customers, you guys recommend any good apps for that? Use OpenPhone/Quo. It's the same thing now, QuO. Yeah. Or you could use something like PeakFlow CRM, which has their own number, live chat, CRM to manage your orders, leads, customers, and automations like Zapier. When deciding which brands products to run ads to or on, what are the most important metrics to determine which ones to test first? Do you want to answer this one first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
When I'm running ads to brands and products, I like to look for, number one, profit. So as long as I'm profitable, that's always a good sign. So that's the first important metric. Are you actually making profit from the sale? So that will actually mean your ROAS, your return on ad spend. So you want to aim for at least a bare minimum of 8 ROAS. I try to shoot for at least a 10x ROAS, meaning if you spent, let's say, $1,000 on ads, you want to make sure you get at least 10,000 back. So if I'm trying to be profitable, that's my most important metric. I need a high ROAS. And then from there, I'm looking at how expensive am I paying my clicks, so a low CPC. And then I'm also looking at my impression share. So am I taking over the market with a low CPC, and am I profitable? Those are my general 3 metrics I look for.
Yeah.
How about you, Trev?
Yeah, for me, it's just really margins are always number 1. And map pricing, I don't really want to sell brand that doesn't have map pricing, generally speaking. And then that's really it. I only look at 2 metrics before I decide what suppliers to run ads to. Yeah. I don't think there's really anything else you need to look at unless you are limited by your budget, in which case pick the highest margin, one that has map, and the least amount of products, I would say. Because that means you have to test less products generally.
Nice.
Thanks. When running Google Ads for high-ticket products, what would you say is the best out of the 3 between PMax, Google Search, and Google Shopping? That's a good question. High-ticket products, what would you say the best? Oh, well, PMax is a combination of Google search, Google shopping, display, YouTube, but primarily spends mostly on shopping, like 70-80% of it, and then a little bit on search and other ones as well. So if you're starting out, Google shopping right off the rip, PMax afterwards, Google search once you're scaling. And you're not like running one, turning it off, and then adding, like running the next one. No, you're adding on more campaigns. When you're setting custom labels for price ranges, are you able to change the bids on the product level or change the price range as a group? You have the price, like 1,000 to 2,000, and then you click the little plus icon next to every price, and then you can drop it down by item ID, and then you can select the item ID, which is a singular product, and then you can change the bid for that. Yeah, the price groups are just a way to make it easier to control your bids, because generally speaking, if you have a higher price from one supplier, you're going to have higher margins on that product than the product that has lower price from the same supplier.
Well said. Good questions, guys. Very good questions.
That's the way. Jacob says he's got tons of questions, so I got tons of answers for tons of questions.
You got Jacob having a aha moment. He's like, aha.
More questions. There's no.
What was
there's
one
no
aha moment that you remember from high ticket? Like, oh wow, oh.
It's a good question. Probably the first supplier I closed.
Oh.
I was like, wow. It's not even that hard. What? I thought it's gonna be like jumping through all these hoops. No, I just had to call them. I was nervous at the time. Sign the paperwork, send them back the email. And look, congratulations. You're a dealer for this brand. Here's our product list. Here's our return policy. Here's all the information. Here's our Dropbox. Here are all the images. Congratulations. You can just begin selling our products. I was like, wow, it's not that crazy. Why are people saying so hard closing a supplier?
It really comes down to fear at first, but people get it like as they start doing it.
Sure. I don't think the PMax is doing way better than the manual Google Shopping campaigns. I tried both, and PMax wins most of the times. Your thoughts? You kind of do need both.
No.
If you want consistency, PMax generally does well in the beginning when you set up the campaign, but it can have large fluctuations if you can't feed it traffic from your shopping campaign. So generally speaking, if you want very consistent traffic in sales, you want to be running both shopping and PMax. I'd guess the aha moment for Trevor was calling the abandoned carts. I guess, yeah, that's a good aha moment as well. You call the abandoned carts, the customer's like, oh yeah, I was checking out the site. I'm like, when will it get back to me? Or like, when will it arrive to me in Fort Lauderdale, Florida? Oh, 5 to 8 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any discounts? Yeah, let me create you a discount code real quick. Well, don't actually say that, but like, oh yeah, I do have a new discount for new customers only. It's Mary 10, just exclusive for you. 10% off. Expires tonight at midnight. Okay. And then blah 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 blah, chit chat. Okay, if you have any questions, just call me back. And then you hang up, you place the order, cha-ching, $1,000 profit.
And then how did you like? What was just like, wow, like this is how it's done.
Wow, I just talked to the customer for 15 minutes and I just made $1,000.
Must have been a great aha moment.
Yeah, that supplier, I remember That's why I have like crazy margins.
Nice.
Like on a $1,000 order, it's making like 40% after shipping.
Damn.
Good margins.
Good order. Nice one.
Meanwhile, PMax needs some more budget. Yeah, generally, because it's an automated campaign, PMax needs more budget. Once campaigns launch, other than optimizing campaigns and waiting for sales, what are the next steps I should focus on? Getting more suppliers, working on blog posts / optimizing my store for SEO. What are your thoughts on this, Marcus?
Yeah, so this actually reminds me of the aha moment that I had when I started off my high ticket dropshipping journey, which was when I realized that after you run ads, that's where the optimization and fun begins. So when you run ads, you could also optimize on your website, so improving on your offer, and also finding the best way to negotiate with your suppliers for better margins. So basically, improving on your offer and improving on your ads, watching your ads, and then also like your website, kind of going through in those 3 iterations, seeing what other people are doing, trying to beat the other people in your market, and overall going through with those 3 things. I remember when I realized it was like, oh, I just have to constantly fix on my website or my offer or look at my ads. It's these 3 trios, these 3 systems. That was just like, makes sense. How about you, Trevor? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for some time, I just didn't know like what to do. Like, you can get more suppliers. What should you be focusing on? Well, you should be focusing on your ads. Number one, if you're spending, if you haven't made any sales yet, you shouldn't be waiting for sales. You should be priming yourself up to be generating sales. What does that mean? You should be looking at your ads, optimizing them. I know you already said optimizing them, like improving the search, optimizing the search terms, getting rid of bad keywords. And also just looking at your competitor research. That's how you improve your offer. See what your competitors are doing in terms of offer. Maybe they don't have any offer. In that case, having some sort of like gift or product bundle, that's what you get from buying your product from your store, instantly sets your offer apart from your competitors. So competitor research, great use of your time. Getting more suppliers, also good use of your time. Doing things that can get you more traffic long term, also good use of your time. Basically, lots of things that you can do to like appeal to more customers or like make your offer more appealing.
Great answer, bro. That was really good. Peter piped pick a peck of pickled pepper. Nice try, Ryan.
What CPC is good for a product? I don't know where to begin.
It really depends on the market. I feel like you have to go on Google Keyword Planner or look at what the search numbers are, and then you just compare the CPCs. Like, I'm ranking pretty decent. What are your thoughts?
There's like, you can use like CPC calculators and stuff like that, but I don't think it's really necessary. I would just say, like, generally speaking, if an item is $1,000 and you have 25% margins, which is $250, and each click is $1, that means you can get 250 clicks to that product and make a sale and break even. Generally speaking, the conversion rate on like one single product, if it all the spend went to one product, you should be converting anywhere from like 1% to 5%. I know it's a wide range, but it just also depends on how good your offer is. And like, you have reviews, how trustworthy it is. So just like look at it that way. If your product's $1,000, you get 25% margins, 250, each click is $1. You can get 250 clicks for that product and break even. If out of 100 clicks, you make one sale, which is 1% conversion rate, you're profiting $150.
Yeah.
How much a day would you say is optimal for shopping ads?
That's like
$30 a day to start with.
Yeah.
%40. Is there any such thing as a hard niche when starting your first store? If so, how is fitness sports recovery from easy, medium, hard? Is there any such thing as hard niche? There are harder niches, but that just means that once you get past all the roadblocks, anyone else that's entering the niche also has to go through the same thing, which in return makes it less likely they will try to compete with you. What's your thoughts on fitness, sports, recovery from easy, medium, hard?
Hard and easy is relative. So what you might think is hard might be someone else's easy, and what you might think someone else is easy is someone else's hard. Now, the point is, when you go into your first store, you want to find a evergreen market that's not seasonal, and you could compete in that market. So if you see lots of people in that, it's not necessarily hard, it's just more competition. So you just have to have more skills. But oftentimes when you first start off your first store, you don't have the skill set, you don't have the experience, you don't know what you're doing. And that's why you need a coach or a mentor, apprenticeship. Apply now, one-on-one at ecomhighticket.com. We can help you get to $10,000 a month profit in the next 6 months. But we will have to see if you be a good fit. So yeah, I think hard and success is all relative. So just start. Key is just get started.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like recovery, fitness, there's no like anything that's maybe licensing like in other niches or medical stuff. There's no roadblocks for that. It just seems like a standard niche.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally pick it because it's just like what everyone else already does. I'd rank it myself as like medium easy. How long did it take both of you to be profitable and earning income from your stores when you started? I mean, profitable. The first sale was profitable. First sale for me took 2 weeks. And earning an income from your stores in month 2 wasn't a lot of income, but like it compounds from there. How about you?
Yeah, it took me a long ass fucking time because I just didn't understand money. I didn't understand financial planning. I just had so much expense. So I was profitable, make no mistake. You know, one high ticket sale could cover lots of costs and offset things. But when you upgrade your lifestyle, or when you're just doing lots of wasteful spending and you're not looking at your P&Ls every single week, every single month, that's where things start to, fall short. So I was in the dropshipping journey for like 6 years, start making income probably when I pivoted into high ticket dropshipping. And I got my first sale probably within like 3 to 5 days after running ads. Probably like my 4th day, I got my first, like, it was like $3,000. Yeah. Good feeling.
The first sale always hits different.
On a smart shopping campaign. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing.
Smart shopping campaign.
Yeah.
I imagine saunas are pretty hard now. Saunas are hard for beginners if they're doing a business for the first time with no experience. Yes, correct. Solvent itself is a growing industry. So
yeah, that's facts.
There's a lot of key players in there that does like in the 1 to 10 million a year mark, which is solvents. Great answer, thank you. I imagine medical niche like hospital beds, etc., is good, but in terms of understanding the product terms, etc., plus maybe for medical equipment, there's licensing stuff. Medical stuff for licensing, we had one person from like I think like Israel doing medical products. He closed like 30 suppliers, and his English wasn't even that good. So, number one, stop being scared of suppliers.
Yeah.
He closed 30. Yeah. And in terms of like licensing, yeah, I guess if I remember, like he had a few suppliers that like wanted to like have different like terms or stuff, but like nothing out of the ordinary that you can't get past. Would pergolas, gazebos be evergreen products? Pergolas, gazebos be evergreen?
Aren't they outdoor?
Like evergreen as in like they'll never go out of trend or like demand. I'm willing to bet like that's not going to go out of style anytime soon. Same with gazebos. Gazebos
like summertime products, no?
Yeah. They're a little more seasonal. Gazebos date back over 5,000 years, with the earliest known examples appearing in ancient Egyptian garden plans around 1400 BC. So they're not going off.
Interesting. They started in 1400s?
Yeah. If supplier has low monthly search volume, under or around 1,000, can you still have a winner? If so, how? Yes. You can have a winning supplier. But it's going to be different than what you're just most likely expecting, which is just running shopping campaigns targeting the brand name, and that's it. Obviously, there's only 100 people searching for that brand a month, so you can only sell 10 of them, 10 customers, and that's you hit the whole brand limit. Then you have to go up the funnel, which is going to be PMax, standard shopping. If you know how to do that, then yes, you could still have a brand, not relying on brand traffic, which is actually a good thing because other people, that's going to be hard to replicate because other people are just going to try to target the brand traffic, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so possible. I'd say it's most likely a little bit harder because the reason why they have low brand demand is they're maybe new to the market and they haven't like verified or like seen how well the product does in the marketplace just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what do y'all think about farming equipment as a niche? What do you think about farming equipment?
That's an amazing market. Like you could just imagine like where my head goes when I think about farming. It goes into agriculture. It goes into the equipment for agriculture. It goes into ponds and fish. I know about the fish business as well. I know a lot of fishermen need boats. Fishermen need other ways to get the fish. There's just an ecosystem within ecosystems. So my best suggestion when it comes to choosing niches is always find something that resonates with you. Find something that like when you pick up the phone and you about to speak with the client, it's something that you could talk about. It's something that you could get into and compete in that market. What about your thoughts, Trev?
Yeah. Not many people really do like farming equipment, and I'm just doing some basic research. There's lots of different products. Like, I mean, I don't really know too much about farms, but like economy hay packages, hay barrel machines, you can sell tractors potentially. You would have to look into that more closely. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of products, and I would say that's a good niche. It's relatively uncompetitive, just looking at like Google Shopping, and curious to see how the margins are.
Yeah.
And when watching, can do the farming niche. What are the qualifications to be a coach? Usually, you have to be in the program for at least a year, and you've been through the whole process, doing at least 5K a month profit consistently, and willing to continue growing your store. Think they miss anything?
You have to be a best of the best.
You have to be top notch.
Yes, sir.
Do you still advertise ship margin products, just lower the bids? It depends, but I like to have less campaigns than 300 campaigns. Yeah. So I would rather just save the budget, even though it's not a lot, and just put it towards all my best selling brands that have good margins. And then once you've scaled those, then if you want to play with a brand or two at a time, then you would try to see how you can make it work. It feels like, each supplier is like a real estate property. They give you a map, they give you a margin, they give you a product catalog. It's like a house where, like, is it damaged? Like, what is it, like is it in a tough neighborhood? Does it have I don't know too much about houses, but like it's real estate. It's like real estate investing in a way. You have the house, you have all these other factors, just like a supplier, and you kind of have to like play around with the supplier, or in case the real estate property, to get it to work, sell to a buyer, or like rent it out.
Nice.
Thank you for the answers. I have to head out.
Nice, Jacob.
Of course. Anytime. How do you deal with a supplier being a competitor with better SEO? How I would like to view it is like there's low-hanging fruits, which just means that there are suppliers that are easier to sell, and there are suppliers that require much more work. So in that instance, if you haven't made any sales yet, for example, I would look at the suppliers that are the low-hanging fruits. Start selling those brands and try to get those to sell before you're working on the harder suppliers. And in terms of how you compete with them, a better SEO. I don't know if SEO is their only way getting traffic. Running paid ads would like instantly put you in front. But if they're running paid ads in SEO, you just have to do better than that. Plus all the other stuff, have a better offer, and more compelling reasons why they should buy from you versus the actual supplier. What are your favorite ways to differentiate yourself in the marketplace, Marcus?
I think that if you're going to try to differentiate yourself in high ticket drop shipping, you want to go into why do you buy a car from someone? So let's just say, Trev, like you just upgraded a new car, right? So why would you okay, let's say we're upgrading from the manufacturer. No, we're speaking of the dealer. What makes a good dealer? What makes a dealer stand out? And I think that if everyone has the same products, the same map pricing, and we're all running the same ads, personalization, community, trust is probably the differentiator that I would go with, meaning I would put a face to the website or store, and I would be a special dealer that's specialized in that market. So it really comes down to being specialist / your industry leader, I think would be what makes you different. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to see what your competitors. That's why like a good use of your time is always competitor research.
Yeah.
If you know your competitors all the time, you basically have a grip on your business. Like you know exactly like what they're doing and how to beat them. And it's all about like what are they doing that what are they not doing that you may be willing to do. Maybe they don't want to show themselves on camera, which is a lot of people, which you don't have to show your face on camera.
AI.
You could use AI, or you could go above and beyond and actually show your face on camera, because showing your actual face beats AI any day.
To add on real quick, one of our coaches, I'm not gonna mention who, when we went to the like supplier convention, stuff like that, he was actually able to get the supplier to make a video showcasing that he's one of the authorized dealers. I think that also builds a lot of trust too. If your supplier could go on camera and be like, yo, this is one of our dealers, that would make a lot of trust as well, that you guys should take advantage. That was the one for the ones that are watching the replays, or the few golden troopers that we have on the lives right now. That one's gonna fly over most people's heads, but that would be a crazy one too.
Once it got lost in the space, that's why you see your top competitors. Does Ahrefs work? For SEO competitors, yeah. For your ad competitors, which are the main ones that you want to pay attention to, just go on Google Shopping, type in the brand that you're selling, and run through all your brands. Find any new stores that are selling it, add them to a list on Google Sheets. That's your competitor. What do you guys think about bioethanol and water vapors fireplaces as a niche? Most likely too narrow. It'll probably just be under a fireplace niche.
Do you think fireplace is a good niche?
We know people doing well with fireplaces. They do. Some people like film content with fireplaces, do SEO with fireplaces. Fireplaces, I mean, they have good margins. I sold fireplaces before. They have good margins, and they're just a little seasonal, so you want to pair that up with like fire pits and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, fire pits are great for SEO as well.
Yeah, fire pits. Everyone can do the fire pit niche.
Trev, did you know that I heard you can now 3D print houses
for like $50K, isn't it?
What are your thoughts of build like creation, like the cost of creating things has gotten even lower? So basically, I think what's happening is like the blue collar jobs, which is like the service labor, that's staying the same. But like the white collar jobs, like marketing departments or shit like that, they're getting replaced by AI. Where do you see the technology going with AI disrupting the industries, especially with AI being able to create things like so much faster and cheaper? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a net positive to society. Obviously, there's already jobs that AI will replace. Like if you're in art, sorry, Nano Banana 2 rolled out yesterday.
Yo,
that is kind of crazy. And yeah, like people that are in the art field, no matter like, okay, I made a tweet on Threads one time about like how AI is replacing art on I'm like for it. And all I would be getting is people replying to that saying like how terrible of you like to use AI to replace your graphic designers. And what I have to say to that is like they're literally just coping. They're like they're hoping AI doesn't work out so their job is safe. Instead of having that mentality and having copium through life, just literally face the realities of like what situation you're in. And look, if it impacts your job, obviously it's terrible, but you need to adapt. Otherwise, you're going to be wiped out. So stop saying AI is terrible. AI is going absolutely nowhere. The projection is by 2030, there might be a huge, I don't know what will happen by 2030, but the AI is going to go rampant by 2030. Jobs are being replaced. It's a net positive for business owners, but if you work a job, unfortunately, like in those industries, you're getting replaced.
Okay, so following up with that question, since AI is obviously going to make a dent in the world and everything, what's the better AI? Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok? Thoughts?
For what exactly?
Just overall. That's the question. No, you just have to pick one. It's like a starter Pokemon. Everyone has the pros and cons, but you have to choose one.
Okay, I've been a ChatGPT fan since like day one, but recently, probably like a month or two ago, I didn't discover Claude. I always knew Claude was there, and I heard people say like it was good. But like I've literally unsubscribed to ChatGPT and use like Claude pretty much exclusively.
Oh, Sam Altman's not gonna be happy about that.
No, like, he can place all his ads on the platform. Claude doesn't got ads. Yeah, I think just Claude has like more human reasoning, and also it's good for like complex like research stuff. For the stuff that I use. How about you? You recently discovered Claude.
You're choosing Claude? Wait, you're choosing Claude?
I'm picking Claude.
Interesting. So I was never about Claude until literally 48 hours ago. I was team ChatGPT the whole time. And then I just had to do a project. I was like, why not try to use another AI? Trevor recommended it, whatever. And then I tried it and I was like, holy shit. Immediately, I'm not even joking, onto my to-do list came the words cancel ChatGPT, because I immediately went to Claude. I love Claude so much more. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I used to be ChatGPT, now I'm a Claude fan. But I do think that like in the long run, because I think Claude is from Anthropic. Gemini, I'm pretty sure, is probably going to be the AI that people are sleeping on, because it's by Google. Like everyone's already using Google, so they pretty much like, how do you compete against Google? They already have us advertisers paying them already. So like they don't need investors. They're their own finance.
Yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately enough, iPhones are going to be powered by Gemini.
Gemini?
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, right now, if you use the I forgot the Siri on your phone,
yeah,
my phone, it uses ChatGPT whenever it doesn't know the answer. But now their partnership's coming to an end, and Apple's going to with Gemini, which is another blow to ChatGPT. Sam Altman's going to be sad now. He has to put out on this platform.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So I would go with Claude, but I probably see Gemini / Grok in the ending battles against Elon Musk. Google versus Elon. That's what I'm seeing.
In your car, you can only use in a Tesla. You can only use Grok, so you don't have a choice. But in the day-to-day, like for your computer stuff, I would rather use Claude than Grok. I mean,
bro.
Grok is I feel like Grok is just like too left.
I don't really use Grok. I've never really liked it too much. I like Gemini and I use GPT. I love Claude. Like that's my favorite so far.
Yeah, if you're on Twitter, you would use Grok, but
yeah.
So Claude is your answer. That's your starter.
Yeah. That's mine. Yeah.
You guys try Pinterest.
Yeah.
Pins and shit.
Do pins like every day.
2 of my suppliers are like that one girl I totally left her and just left her in the dust. Can only advertise 3 brands right now.
What the fuck? 2 months are like one girl. Ryan's gonna smash this shit.
What's that analogy?
Yeah, that was an interesting analogy, but Ryan's gonna absolutely crush. Ryan's like a winner.
Project Reset in the big 3.
Yeah.
Marcus is contagious.
Nice.
Might have to switch the clock. I've been emailing suppliers for my. I've been emailing suppliers, but my emails have been going to spam. Any suggestions? I'm warming up for the past couple of weeks, but still no luck. Most likely has to do with your email DNS settings. If you don't want to figure all that out, which I don't blame you, it's really annoying. You can hire someone with Fiverr for like $20, $30, and they'll help troubleshoot it for you. That's what I did for my email. Just call them or grab a friend. Call them if you're shy. When running campaigns, doesn't matter if the products are a bit different for each brand, but still under the same niche.
Yo, Jacob's back. I thought Jacob had to step away.
That's what it said. Running campaigns, does it matter if products are a bit different for each brand? You can have brands. I mean, it just has to. There's no like right or wrong answer. It just has to fall under the umbrella. And ideally, best practice is like if you're selling Pilates, you can sell gym equipment too, depending on what your domain name is. If your domain is like thepilateexperts.com, you want to prioritize selling your Pilates machines.
Right.
You can sell cardio, like treadmills, stuff like that, weightlifting stuff too, but they're more like a specialty item on the store. You just have to think, if your avatar is Pilates, and well, in this case, probably people buying Pilates machines are girls or people that own gyms.
Yeah.
You just have to look at the avatar. Would they be buying weight machines or cardio equipments too? You just have to segment out who you're speaking to in your email series too. Most suppliers have you emailed them after an initial phone call. Yes. Grok would low-key be Ultron and Gemini.
Nice. Yeah, maybe.
I wonder which AI has the most market share.
For what utility usage?
Just like people like active users. If anyone knows that, should comment that. Often Pinterest ads. We don't run Pinterest ads. Very low buying intent traffic. I'd rather take that money, save it, donate it to charity, or put that towards Google ads.
Yeah, fuck Pinterest ads. Sorry.
I usually send some emails to 5 of my other accounts, and then I don't get any issue. You'll also subscribe to some newsletters too, and like respond to them. Yeah, which AI platform market share? As of early 2026, ChatGPT holds the highest number of active users among generative AI chatbots, which reports indicating it has reached over 700, 800 million weekly active users.
Yeah.
And that's by Google Gemini. Ranked.
We are probably in iOS 1.0 with AI. Can you imagine that?
iPhone OS 1.0.
Like literally with AI.
Yeah. Interesting. Meta AI, 1 billion monthly active users.
Who the fuck uses Meta AI?
It's part of Instagram and Facebook. I don't think that really counts because who uses Meta AI? They're just counting the active users being people that are on Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly.
They don't got a billion people using. Nobody's talking about Meta AI.
I didn't even
and
know
it goes
they had...
ChatGPT 883 million users, Google Gemini 750, Doubao 100 million, Character AI. Claude isn't even on the list.
I guess Claude's the low-key one now.
Yeah, you should look into Claude Code. I was trying to create like some sort of like way to analyze sales call transcripts and building a whole platform where like a VA, they just finished a conversation with a customer, they can upload that transcript into Claude or like application in Claude. And based on the team, they'll get a report of exactly what they can do to improve their sales calls moving forward. Claude built an entire platform, an entire interface within 3 minutes. Now you just have to connect the APIs and get that live.
That's Claude coded.
Yeah, it's not a separate app. It's just right inside Claude.
That is freaking cool.
Yeah, like especially if you have VAs that are taking your phone calls and you don't have time to review all the calls and give them feedback, building like a platform like that just using Claude, and then you want to create an open loop with your VAs, meaning like they can find ways to improve their performance. And you always think of it this way. It might be like a weird way or like not a good way to think about it, but your employees are kind of like fish. I don't view employees like that, but I'm just giving you an analogy. Employees are like a fish. An employer is like the bait, the worm, and you have to keep dragging the bait or like throughout the water to keep the fish like keep swimming and chasing the bait. And that analogy just means that you have to keep the employee like motivated and like knowing that there's future growth. Otherwise, once they get the bait, they're swimming down. They don't care about no more bait. So you always have to be having something in the pipeline, something going on, so that way they can grow as a person, an employee. But I don't like to label people as just employee. They're people at the end of the day, just like you and I. You just have to give them an opportunity to grow and like see areas where they can evolve into.
That was fucking nice, bro. That was very well said. Good stuff. The fish analogy. I love it. No, open loop and feedback loop is pretty much essential. I would say it's like it's so important.
You should put in a GTIN, or you can mark it as you don't have a GTIN inside some process. It just will show limited performance, which it technically will still run. Well, I think that gets us to the hour.
Oh shit! Yeah, nice.
Thank you guys for tuning in, asking amazing, great questions, and that's it. We want to work and build a high-ticket e-commerce business, 10K month profit. Apply at ecomhighticket.com, and catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.